With the price of beef today, the prices are just ridiculous. Here, this is going to be a simple recipe. It's a much cheaper version than going with a I-round or a T-bone. So here, what we have is, this is a chuck pot roast. And we're going to cook it just like a steak. It's going to be juicy. It's going to be tender. And we're going to be doing it in our cast iron. But the way we're going to be doing this is, tonight, I'm going to let this go for about 24 hours. So what we're going to do is, we're going to take salt, and we're going to be generous with the salt. You want to make sure you don't go over, don't overdo it, obviously. But you want enough of salt on here, and what's going to happen is, the salt is going to draw out the moisture, and then as the piece of meat sits in the refrigerator overnight, what's going to happen is, the juice is going to go back into the meat. So let me use this hand. Okay. And we're going to put this in the refrigerator, and we're going to cook this tomorrow. Now, you could do this anywhere from 2 to 3 hours up to 24. I am choosing 24 because tonight I have a couple of things I have to do. And this is going to go, we're not trimming any of the fat off. And this is going to go in the refrigerator for 24 hours. And then tomorrow, right before I pan-sear it, we're going to season it with a little more salt, pepper, a little garlic powder. And we're going to do it right here in the cast iron. And usually I use tallow or clarified butter. I don't have any tallow and I don't have any clarified butter. So tomorrow we will be doing it with a little bit of vegetable oil. So let me put this in the refrigerator and I will see you tomorrow. In the meantime, I need you guys to subscribe, hit that like button, don't forget to ring that dinner bell, and let's start sharing my content. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so this steak has been marinating overnight. Yesterday I salted it, and I salted both sides, left it in the refrigerator, and it's been 24 hours. Now, what you want to do, what you need to do is grab some paper towel. You don't need much. And you just want to pat this meat dry. This is how we're going to get a nice sear on this. So let's get this side. And this is just looking fantastic. Now, why am I using chuck pot roast? Because it's got nice marbling, it's a tougher cut of meat, and it's a cheaper cut of meat. But the reason why is, today, the price of beef, to go out and buy a ribeye, it's just too expensive, and a lot of people don't have that kind of money. So that's why I'm showing you how to do it with this. So, what we're going to do is, let me clean my hands here. To start, we're going to put this over a medium to high flame. I'm using a cast iron pan. Okay, so I want to get this pan piping hot. Now, usually I would use tallow or clarified butter. I do not have any, so we are using regular vegetable oil. You could use canola, and it's up to you. So what we're going to do is, we're going to season both sides with salt, black pepper, and I know you guys are thinking, with all the salt that I put on it yesterday, that wouldn't it be overly salty? Absolutely not. Here, we are going to sprinkle this with onion powder. Okay, make sure you get it nicey. Garlic powder. Okay, about 50-50, the same amount of onion as garlic. Now what we're going to do is, we're just going to slightly give this a tap, make sure that those seasonings stay in there. Okay, turn the meat around, and we're going to do the same thing. This time I'll use this hand. So season the steak with salt. Okay. black pepper. Make sure you get a nice coating of salt and black pepper, onion and garlic on both sides. Okay. We'll do the garlic and we'll do the onion. Now, it doesn't get any easier than this. And this is absolutely delicious. Once you make a steak like this, I can guarantee you're going to be making it all throughout the whole winter. Because I don't have a grill set up here, so this is the way we're doing it. Okay, make sure you pick up all the seasoning here. Get that nice, get every single side. This way, it doesn't feel like only some of it's seasoned and some of it isn't. So, yeah, now, let me give my hands a quick wash. Okay. Now, I want this pan as hot as I can get it. What we're going to do is we're going to go in with a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. You don't want too much, but do not be cheap with it. I put at least 1/4 of a cup in there. Okay, this ain't too hot yet. Make sure you coat the whole bottom. And now we're going to wait for this to come up to temperature. And we're going to give the steak a nice sear. What I want is, I like cooking mine to rare. I take it off at 125 degrees. We're going to do an internal temperature. And if you like it medium or well done, you know, that's up to you. I like my steaks rare. Sometimes medium rare. You know, it depends on my mood. So, first I need to find my thermometer. I know it's right here. I knew it was around here somewhere. Okay. What we need to do is this. Make sure that it's on. Make sure we got enough battery in there. Okay. What we're going to do is, you want to wait for this pan to start smoking. I want to see smoke coming off this thing. Now, with some pans, it'll give off a really lot of smoke. So there's a chance that you might want to do this outside. Okay, I don't have that problem with the studio because the whole back is open and I don't have a ventilation problem. At least not yet. Once it's closed, that'll be another story. But until then, I think we're good to sear this right in here. Okay. What we're going to do is take the steak. I want to go down with the fat side first. You hear that sizzle? That's what you're looking for. So let me sear this on this side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn it. We're going to get all sides. And then I'll show you how to do the flat sides. Read the temperature. We're going to remove it. It has to rest. And here I have some butter. This is salted butter. At the end, when we're done cooking this, if there's a lot of oil in the pan, we're going to drain that and we're going to replace it with butter. I want to brown that butter. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you're burning the butter. You're damn right, I'm not burning it, but I'm burning it. You know, it gives off a nutty flavor, and once it goes on the steak, it's just unbeatable. You can't get that flavor anywhere else. So let me continue cooking this side. And yeah, this is going to take a while. You may need to hold it. Because what I did was I took this steak out of the refrigerator about an hour ago. Okay? It's about an inch and 1/4 thick. And I don't bring it to room temperature. I like to have the inside a little cold. Because if I were to bring it to room temperature, what would happen is as I'm searing both sides, it will overcook in the middle, and I like mine rare. So, if I keep it a little cold inside, it will not become well done, and it will not become medium. It'll become rare. So, I noticed a lot of you guys are starting to subscribe, and I love that. I want to see more and more. I need you guys to share my content, and let's build this, this channel together. So what I need for you guys to do is I need you guys to subscribe, hit that like button, and don't forget to ring that dinner bell for upcoming notifications and share this content. Okay, that's looking good. You see that color right there? That's what you're looking for. Now we'll get the top end. I know this takes, you know, when it first starts, it takes a while because I do all the corners and then I do the flat sides. I mean, you don't have to do that if you don't want. I just like doing it because I don't remove any of the fat. That's all flavor. Let the fat melt in the pan, and that's all flavor. Okay, turn this side. And now this side, we'll leave a little bit longer. And I don't know if any of you guys know, but people that are close to me, like my family members, they know I've been having a problem with my knee. So I had x-rays done. X-rays didn't show anything. I had MRIs and CAT scans done. And we're waiting for the results of that. So in about 3 weeks, I need to go down, find out the results of that, and then we're going to take steps. Because I can't walk no more. I can't get in and out of my car anymore. And yeah, it's bad. My knee is bad. My neck too. So finally I'll get all this taken care of, and that'll be that. Okay, we'll get this side. You see how nice and brown that is? That's what you're looking for. Oh, I mean, and this is smelling incredible already. So we got the holidays coming up, and I wish you all, you know, a good Thanksgiving. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So this is what we're doing. Okay, now we're going to put this down flat. Now we're going to leave that sear until I create a nice crust on the bottom. That's going to take anywhere, depending on the thickness of your steak. You know, the outside will be seared, but the inside may be rare. It could be well done. That's where this comes in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sear the steak until it's have a nice crust on the bottom. We're going to turn it, and then we're going to cook it until I like it up into 125. That's when I remove it. I let it rest. As it rests, the temperature will go up a little bit. While that's resting, I'll make the butter sauce. We'll pour it all over the steak. We'll cut into it. And then I'm digging into this whole thing. I'm going to sit here and eat the whole thing. All right, maybe not the whole thing. All right, get a little outrageous here, but you get the idea. So as soon as this side is brown, we're going to turn it. I'm going to show you what that looks like. In the meantime, you see right down there? That's where the new subscribe button is. Just hit it. It's that simple. Please subscribe to my channel, and let's share this content. So let me continue doing this. Like I say, that's going to sit there for a good 7-8 minutes until I get that crust. I'm not going to move it. Okay, so this has been going on for about 5 minutes now. What you're looking for is for the bottom to have a nice golden crust, and it's okay to have some black spots. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this steak, and we're going to sear the second side just until it becomes 125 inside, and we're going to be checking that with our thermometer. And this is just smelling fantastic. Boy, I just might eat the whole thing. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time either. So let me continue doing this. And once this becomes 125, we'll take it off and then we'll continue. Right now I am at 103. Over here I am 99. So we're going to keep cooking this until it reaches 125. Now, every stove is different. On this particular stove, I have a hot, you need to find your hot spot. Every stove has one. Okay, my hot spot's right here. So every now and then you'll need to turn it so you can cook it evenly. So I'm going to continue cooking this until it reaches 125. And then we will continue. Okay, so it's been about another 3 more minutes. And we are reading exactly 122, and it's going up. So I think I'm going to remove it now. And this is just looking fantastic. Okay, look at the crust that I got on there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this from the heat. You do not want to touch this pan. This pan, whew, you touch that pan, you're going to know about it. So there's an excessive amount of grease in there. I want to remove that. So let me remove this and then we will continue. Okay, so I drained off the fat, and no, I am not dumping the fat down the drain. I have a can in there, an old metal coffee can, and that gets saved. So now with this off the heat, you're going to put about, I like going with 6 tablespoons of butter. I'm not cheap with the butter. We're going to wait for this to melt. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour it all over the steak, and then we're going to dig into it. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so all this butter is nicely melted. What I want to do, let's grab a dish. Give me that back. Make sure that's ready to go. What we're going to do is we're going to put the steak on top of the plate. It takes up the whole plate. Okay, this, like I said before, do not touch that pan. You touch that pan, you're going to know about it. Okay, we're going to take the butter and we're going to pour it directly over the steak. Look at that. Okay, give that a minute. Now in the restaurant, what we do, because that pan is extremely hot, you take this pan, you put the handle to the side a little bit so nobody accidentally bumps into it, and you keep the rag or your pot holder on it. That's so the next guy, he doesn't know that that's steaming hot. That's so he doesn't burn himself. So we're going to let this sit, let it continue resting, and we're going to plate and we're going to dig in. Okay, so let's grab a fork. Let's give this meat a nice little test. We'll come right here into the thickest part of the meat. Give this a nice look. It cuts like butter. Look at that. Unbelievable. Look at that. Nice and rare. Not raw. Not overcooked. And now let's dip it in a little of this butter. And let's give this a try. I think I'm going to end up eating the whole thing. This is absolutely delicious. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and hope you guys give it a try. And there's not really much more to say. I'm going to gavoon the whole thing.